Hey, so I'm with a couple of members of PULP, Jarvis Cocker and Mark Webber. They have a new album coming out March 31st in Canada. It's called This Is Hardcore. And the album, very personal, sort of dark orchestral feel, departure from that sort of more up, effervescent
We've
feel.
never been that up. I mean, we come from the UK, a very depressing place. Yeah, I mean, there's been elements of upness, haven't there? But I mean, we've never been, you know, don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's true. But it is like...
Now we're saying, you know, do worry, don't be happy.
There's a lot to worry about.
I don't know.
What accounted for that sort of, I mean, it just feels like the last album was more like broader to speaking about like class issues and larger things. I remember seeing you like really quite exuberant, strutting around the stage and so forth. And this time around, it really feels like you're sitting there like having to take stock of things.
Well, there are times in everybody's life when you do have to take stock of things. Especially if you undergo a kind of change in your life. Because unless you're, I mean, not wishing to sound like an American psychologist.
Armchair 101.
But whatever, but you know, unless you know what you want out of life and what makes you do things and what you're looking for, then you just kind of wander around bumping into things all the time. Sometimes you have to reappraise what your goals in life are.
Was there a kind of a click or something that happened that compelled you to start?
Click?
Yeah,
No.
click.
No, things don't happen like that. Sometimes you might have a bit of a revelation, but I think things kind of happen gradually in life, I think.
Well, it seemed like you were really touring quite a bit after that last album. How was it that you were able to like just come back and just write pretty much an epic album?
Well, it took a long time. I mean, it's been like 2 years since the last record, which is a long time, really. For which I apologise. But, you know, we had to kind of make sure it was all right.
So there weren't any particular things that were like influencing you to go in the more really personal places with this one?
Well, we didn't.
Depression.
No, we didn't want to make the same record as last time, you know, because that's a thing that really irritates me about bands. Is like when they get successful and then they just repeat the same thing over and over again. I mean, they may as well just keep releasing the same record every 2 years. And we didn't want to like go and make like a jazz funk record. You know, we didn't go and change like that, but you know, we wanted to, you know, still be making an effort, not just like lie there going, yeah, we're successful. You know.
Well, you orchestrated a benefit for very obscure minimalist composer Lamont Young. You did, eh, Mark?
That's all my fault,
that was in New York City. And his work is very difficult to find.
Yeah.
There are very few pressings and very different. It's not pop music. It's like a lot of drones and weird sounds and kind of difficult listening. But does that find its place somewhere in your music? Are you influenced at all?
Well, I try. Yeah, it's a bit of a battle against the rest of them.
Sure.
What? What?
We listened to it. We played the concert, didn't we?
We played the concert, yeah, but to physically get drones on the record, yeah, it's not on every song.
It is. I do hear aspects of that, though. Like, you'll be singing this pretty ballad, little lullaby thing, and then there'll be all
there's
this
the sound
weird...
of Mark hoovering up in the background.
Playing something in an entirely different key.
Well, but at least to stay in one key, while I'm there.
You were also asked to direct a documentary for the BBC about outsider artists.
It's not the BBC, it's Channel 4 in the UK, yeah. Well, that was our idea, yeah.
What are outsider artists?
The people who've never been through the art education system, who sometimes have been in institutions and stuff like that, and they just, sometimes they have a vision or a dream or something, and then they just start to build something, like in a back garden or in a bit of spare land. And there's quite a lot of these places throughout the world. There's quite a lot in America. One of the most famous ones is in LA, in the Watts area. And there's these big towers that are about like kind of 80, 90 feet high. This man just built them. Took him about 20 years, and then as soon as they were finished, he disappeared.
So
and they're still there now because the council tried to knock them down, because they said they were a hazard. But when they tried to knock them down with the bulldozers just flipped over. But this man had no, like, training in architecture or anything. He was just making it up out of his head. So we're just going to go get in a car and drive and try and visit as many of these places as we can.
What's the appeal of, like, covering somebody who's not a big celebrity but might be some eccentric person working in
Well, I'm interested in people who do stuff, you know, for no glory. Lots of times people, you know, I like the idea that they're just doing it because either they can't help doing it, they've got some kind of compulsion in there that makes them do it, or that's what they enjoy doing, and they don't expect anything else, like to be on the cover of a magazine going, or whatever, you know.
Do you feel like you're outside artists, ever?
To an extent.
We try to remain outside, remain outside of the showbiz, you know, because that kind of life is, it's all right for some people, but it's a bit dull, you know. People don't talk about very interesting things. They just talk about this, you know, I don't know, what do they talk about?
How great each other are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
You're
great, oh, but you're great. No.
But you're great.
No, you're fantastic.
Thanks.
You're brilliant.
We're going to be back with Pulp to talk more about their album. First off, a video from the last album, Calm People. Back with Pulp after that.
Yeah.
You beautiful thing.